Hello, everyone, and welcome back to orientation. We're going to go over here to Module 3, Number 6, your Codex opening scene. This one is going to be very important. Now, we're going to start with the audio and then come back up here and go through all of this. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly and deeply. With each breath, let the surface noise of your mind begin to soften. Let the outer world blur and fade. All that matters right now is the inner landscape that is opening before you. You're about to meet the moment where your story truly began. Not the day you were born, not the milestones others celebrate. The moment you first woke up to yourself. The moment your consciousness first whispered, "I am here." Let your breath become a rhythm, in and out. And as it steadies, imagine a long hallway stretched out before you. A hallway lined with doors. Every door is a memory, a fragment, a scene from the movie of your life. You don't need to open them all. Only one is calling you now. The one that matters most for where you are going next. Walk slowly down this hallway. Notice how your body feels as you pass each door. Some may tug at you gently. Others may stay silent. Keep walking until one of them draws you closer. Not with drama, but with resonance. A hum beneath your skin. A sense of this. This is where it begins. When you feel that pull, stop. Place your hand on the door. Before you open it, whisper inwardly, "I am ready to remember. I am ready to receive what I buried to survive. I am ready to see the story beneath the story." Now let the door open. You may step into a scene you haven't visited in years, or one you thought you had forgotten. It may arrive clearly, or it may come as a feeling, a color, a scent, or a single image. Don't force it to become more. However it arrives is enough. Trust what comes. Let the moment unfold around you. Notice the space. Are you inside or outside? What does the air feel like? What sounds are present? What is your body feeling? Look down. How old are you here? What is happening? What truth is begging to form in you, even if you don't have the words for it then? Stay in observation. Do not judge. Don't try to change it. Simply witness it as it is. Now ask gently, what did I learn here about myself? About the world? About love or safety or belonging? Listen, even a whisper is enough. Ask again, what belief was born in me in this moment? A belief that has shaped how I see myself ever since. Let the answer rise in its own time. It may not be a sentence, it may be a single word. Receive it without resistance. Now breathe into this truth. This moment is not here to shame you. It is here to show you the root system of your becoming. It's the seed of the story that you are here to write. This is the opening scene, not because it defined you forever, but because it started the journey of remembering who you truly are. Place your hand over your heart and say inwardly, I thank this moment for what it taught me. I see now what I could not see then. I carry the wisdom, not the wound. I retrieve this part of me and bring it home. Take 3 deep breaths and imagine gathering the essence of this moment. The lesson, the energy, the spark, and placing it gently into your hands. This is the story seed. This is what you will write from. Now whisper to your soul, I am ready to write the story of me. Do not rush to capture everything. The moment you touched will continue to rise and speak as you write. Begin while it's fresh, even if all you have are fragments, feelings, or a single line. That is how every story begins. And remember, you're not writing to remember what happened. You're writing to reveal who you've always been. Okay, that one got me, and that was not the scene that I expected to come up, which is interesting. Okay, so now take some time and write whatever comes up about that scene for you. I'm like, Okay, I wrote sitting on the bench with, I'm going to call this person Jay, explaining what was going on at the time of my awakening, at the time of when I thought I was meant to be teaching the blueprint then, before I had the proper understanding of it. So I was just kind of rambling off a bunch of stuff that wasn't all the way cohesive, but anyone that I said these things to back then can attest now. The blueprint, as I'm presenting it, was what I was trying to explain. Same concept a decade ago. I just didn't have the understanding of it that I do now. So there was a moment back then when I was questioned about it, I was tested about it, and I refused to deny what was happening, even though I knew that from that moment forward, I was not going to be able to undo the negative connotation attached to my reputation because of it. But I couldn't sit there and pretend like this was not something that I had been given. This was not an understanding that I had, and that I knew that I had to teach it. I had to share it. So I did not think that that was the moment that was going to come up. I wasn't even thinking about that moment, but I can remember that moment like the back of my hand. I remember where we were sitting. We were sitting on a bench right by the water in one of the, I'm not going to say the town name, but one of the beach towns near me, facing out water, and there's some restaurants there. There was a couple boats parked there. Like, I remember it. I could draw you the scene. And until about 10 minutes ago, I hadn't thought of that in years. I didn't even know that I still remembered that. But I can paint you that whole entire scene start to finish. And this was someone that was a friend and someone that was connected to my job at the time, but it wasn't someone that was like the most significant person in my life. But the moment was. The moment was. And I didn't really realize it until I just wrote that down. Because I had already lost so much, and this was solidifying me losing the rest of it. And I did. I no longer worked at my job shortly after this. I had a lot fall apart shortly after this. So a part of me knew that standing 10 toes down on this was going to lead me down a path that was not going to be easy. So it makes sense to me now, talking it through, that that would come up as my scene here. I was going into this expecting a specific scene to come up. This was not even remotely close to that. But this makes sense. Okay. So this is the first chapter of your manuscript. This writing is meant to feel alive. Similarly, how that moment kind of came out of left field of the ballpark, but makes sense as a home run, okay? It can be a memory, a metaphor, a parable, or poetry. Whatever comes out, whatever you want to write. You can write 25 pages if you want. You can write one line if you want. The more you put out of it, the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. But if all you're feeling called to write about that is a few sentences, don't push yourself beyond that. That's all you needed from it, okay? So you might describe it whatever way you want. What matters is the energy of the opening, the energy that this brings up for you, which for me, it's bringing up a full circle moment feeling, like okay, I can see how other things are going to fall in line, making sense after that moment being the opener. That's a good starting point. So the energy should feel like, okay, I'm at the starting line with this. I can see how this would be an important moment in tracing forward my journey then. So this work is not about perfection. It's about retrieval. It's about calling back the younger self who first encountered the truth of being human. Or, I mean, it depends on where you're approaching this journey from. It can be the truth of your awakening, the truth of your awareness shifting, the truth of a rebirth. Okay, so that can be deeper or different than just being human. It doesn't have to be a childhood moment, but it can. But this is whatever connects you to what part of your story we're right now needing to unpack for you to move forward. So the truth of the one who began forming beliefs, building defenses, and shaping the story you would live. As you write, you are not recording history, you're revealing the myth behind it. Okay, so then it talks about the attached audio. And then after you finish writing whatever you're writing, take a few moments, reread it, look in the mirror, have a conversation with yourself about it. Maybe grab an audio recording memo and just start, after you read it, either read it into the memo and then talk, or read it and then just talk to yourself for a few minutes in the memo. How do you feel? How would you like to remember this moment of realizing that this is your opening scene? Okay, this is data collection. So the more data you collect, the more you're going to be able to understand your blueprint on the other side of it. So take some time. If you already started writing, great. See if you want to write some more once I'm not talking to you on camera and it's just you in the room. Dig deeper if you feel called. Read it over a few times if you feel called. Talk it out with yourself in the mirror if you feel called. The deeper you dig, the higher you climb. The more you feel, the higher of a perspective you gain. And the intention with the opening scene, that's that first shovel of dirt that you're moving out of the way. It shows you you're digging in the right place. See you very soon for next part of orientation.